What's happening, folks? Thanks again for tuning in to MMANYC. This is a special lake house edition. I don't know if you've noticed from watching previous shows or not, but we are indeed on a lake, lounging, drinking Bloody Marys, Coronas. Talk a little bit about UFC
131.
131.
Well, welcome back, MMA nerds. What a bunch of great fights yesterday.
It's pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Let's start with Junior Dos Santos and Shane Carwin. I think you and I both picked Shane Carwin, but
yeah, we both had the engineer. You know, he looked like a beast. He made it 3
lighter.
He made it 3 rounds.
No doubt.
I was pretty sad seeing him. He was a bloody mess last night.
Was he a bloody mess? Broken nose, cut eyes. Junior Dos Santos picked him apart, used the jab ever so effectively. And you know, Shane Carwin's still going to be out there. There's always Frank Mir, and
right.
There's some other obviously up and coming heavyweights from some of the fights we saw last night, which we'll get. We'll see what happens with Shane Carwin. Obviously, what's next for Junior Dos Santos
is Cain Velasquez, and
Velasquez.
And I think last night was a testament of JDS's boxing and his stand-up.
No doubt about it.
It looked crisp, and at the end of the round, I don't know if Carwin was gassed, but he had some pretty mean takedowns too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. So he's seriously working on his game, and he's a young guy and ever so dangerous. I'm anxious to see what the hell that Cain Velasquez JDS fight's gonna be.
I still got Velasquez. I think Velasquez. Yeah. JDS was awesome last night, but Velasquez is a freaking gorilla, a beast. And
he is a motherfucker.
I think his biggest test will be Alistair Overeem, who will win the Strikeforce Grand Prix. He's gonna beat Verdun next week.
Yeah.
And he's gonna fight Cain Velasquez for the UFC title. And by the end of 2012. Your new UFC heavyweight champ will be Alistair Overeem.
Listen to this guy. I still say Cain Velasquez. We got $10 on that.
See what happens, buddy. So our next fight was Kenny Florian, Ken Flo, going down to 145, fighting Diego Nunes, who was sparring partner to the champ, Jose Aldo.
Jose. What a hell, it was quite a fight. I've been a fan of Ken Flo, you know, for many years now. I've watched him evolve. He's got such a well-rounded game, and he has a 74 reach advantage, I believe, 74 inch, which is pretty incredible for a guy who's about 5'10" or so, 5'11".
Yeah, he had a long reach, but he was huge.
Yeah. He
was 145 pounds. But I'm pretty sure he was at least 170 pounds plus of all muscle in the ring that night. And he imposed his will on Diego Nunes.
He did. And that's saying something, because Diego Nunes is no joke. Tough motherfucker, was 16-1 going into that fight. Trains with Jose Aldo, as we mentioned. Super tough guy, and just a hell of a fight, and a great win for Kenny Florian. I think, you know, many people would probably say, Kenny included, that Jose Aldo is possibly next in line for Kenny Florian with that win. So we'll see what happens. That's a fight I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, go Kenny. Next fight, we're going to talk about our boy Donald Cerrone, Cowboy. You know we're big fans. He's well liked.
Always brings it.
And he fought Wagner Rocha.
He's a German-Brazilian, apparently.
Yeah.
Wagner.
I don't know what he was. He looked Armenian to me, right? But he was definitely a tough dude, but all he had was jiu-jitsu. And I think Joe Rogan was saying that he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but Donald Cerrone is a black belt in striking.
Yeah, so I would agree. That was a great quote by none other than Joe Rogan. But one of the telltale signs with the Muay Thai that Cerrone possesses was those leg kicks, and he was definitely fucking homeboy's legs up. He couldn't stand up at the end of that third round. He was still on the ground. So
I felt bad for him. It was like last time I see
leg wheelchair today.
Yeah, last time something like that happened was Jose Aldo versus Uriah Faber, and that reminded me of that. But those leg kicks just punished him all night. Absolutely. He couldn't walk.
Yeah, they were nasty. So what's next for Cerrone? Obviously, he's got problems and beef with both Mac Danzig and Cole Miller. So those are fights I'd like to see. But apparently, BJ was telling me that he called out.
He called out Sam Stout last night.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So Sam Stout had a big win last night also. So I'd love to see those two banging out, because they both seem like they're just coming in for fight.
Absolutely.
You know?
That would be a hell of a fight. I got Cerrone in that, as always.
Me too.
So two of the more exciting fights for a change of pace, really, with these main cards was actually two crazy slug-out, hockey-esque, all-out brawls, and both of them were heavyweight fights. One of which was the Mexicutioner,
Joey Beltran. Oh man, that was awesome. That was a classic.
Badass.
Yeah, that was a classic fight, fighting Aaron Rosa, who looked like he was just going to get beat down, but he took a beating and kept on ticking.
Aaron Rosa's got a head like a fucking watermelon.
Yeah, he looked like, like this Spanish soap opera star, like, but he was a little chubby, but he gave out a lot of hits also, so that was a classic fight to me.
It really was. It was pretty badass. Also, a guy that I really was not so conscious of leading into the fight with his UFC debut was Dave Pee Wee Herman, who came in notably to the Culture Club, I could have sworn I heard, and who looked kind of admittedly a little on the effeminate side and smiled the entire time he was getting punched in the face, but in the end, it was a classic fight. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, we were watching this last night, and I was surprised Jody was rooting for this guy who's. I have nothing against guys that are like Pee Wee Herman, but you know, I was rooting for John Olav Enemo because that guy just seemed more of a fighter. He wasn't.
He was huge. Fuck.
Yeah, Pee Wee was like all smiling and just acting all weird. And
Joe Rogan even mentioned something. He's all weird and smiley and stuff, something like that.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know, but Pee Wee did his thing. You know.
Yeah, he did. Fuck, I'm looking forward to those. Are two guys. I mean, maybe the Mexicutioner and Pee Wee Herman are next to meet. You know, that'd be a hell of a fight.
That was an awesome fight because they slugged it out and Pee Wee showed some great stand-up.
What I can only assume was knockout of the night. Sam Stout did absolutely knock the fuck out Eve Edwards, man. Damn.
Yeah, they don't call him Hands of Stone for nothing because he had a beautiful left hook. That was he just turned into that left hook, and I think he was out before he hit the ground. His eyes looked like a zombie.
Sam Stout didn't even need to throw an extra Dan Henderson style against Michael Bisping.
I like that
because it was pretty much understood that guy Eves was completely knocked out.
Good avoiding unnecessary injury, or don't beat a guy when he's unconscious, you know. But that was an awesome left hook, and
it was.
That's definitely my knockout of the night. I think that was the only pure knockout.
Pure knockout. Yeah.
All right, a great fight on the prelim cards was Chris Weidman. He's a protege of Matt Serra. His boxing coach is Ray Longo, and he had a beautiful guillotine last night. I know he trains with Henzo. You know, he's from New York, so I mean, he's a tough guy. He's a tough middleweight. He beat Sakara. Yeah. So look out for him in the middleweight division. Okay, the upcoming UFC, UFC 132. We're both been looking forward to this.
Talking about this forever.
Yeah, Dominic Cruz versus Uriah Faber, and also the axe murderer Wanderlei Silva versus the crippler Chris Lieben. Is that his name?
Yeah. That is, I guess if we got to go with picks on this, I like Dominic Cruz a lot, although I think Uriah Faber with his size at that weight class, man, it's going to be an impressive fight, but I think Uriah wins that. Maybe be a decision. As for Wanderlei and Chris Lieben, I hope Wanderlei wins via knockout.
Who do you got? What's your prediction?
Wanderlei, knockout, second round.
Okay, I agree with you on Wanderlei, but I'm taking Dominic Cruz. I think he's too fast for Faber. Faber's a tough guy, but you know, my heart's going with Faber, but you know, I do like Dominic Cruz too, and I think he might be the champ for a while at that weight, you know. So, you want to bet a shot of whiskey on that?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. I'm just going to take one anyways right now, just for next time.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, though. We're going to get back to our lake lounging. Good to see y'all. We'll catch you on the flip-flop.
Check us out. We'll be posting up our stuff on MMANerd.com.
Make sure to check that out. Thanks, guys.
Peace.